questions from them?
Absolutely. First of all, just a very exciting game to play in or to coach in. You could just feel it the entire football game, the way the game was going. I just had a feeling it was going to come down to the end of the game and probably the last possession, who had the football. And a lot of credit to Towson and what they did, coming back from where they were down and scoring those 2 touchdowns late. And, really, from our standpoint, we did not make enough plays in the last 10 minutes, defensively, offensively, or special teams-wise, to win that football game. It's a heartbreaking loss, and it's one that, as I shared with the kids after the game in the locker room, this is the CAA, and we've got to come right back. After tomorrow, we watch this video and start preparing for Villanova and going on the road and playing them, because we're still in great shape. We're 5-2. We're 2-2 in the league. There's still great things ahead of this football team, and we've just got to bounce back from the major disappointment of the way that it ended, and get ready to play again next week against Villanova. And I'll take questions.
When you get into a 4th and 29 situation and you're so tempted to play a nickel package and just get back and just defend 28 yards, what happened on that you saw with them running Ryan across the field as they did?
Yeah, what happened on that play, Rich, is we were we had our nickel people on the field, and we had a timeout situation before. They had called, I believe they had called their last timeout. We got the sack right before that, if I'm not mistaken, and brought the kids over and told them we were going to be in what we call stakes alignment, where the kids would sit, right on the stakes and wait for the routes to declare. At that point, Rich, where now we got our 4 defenders, and they're sitting right there waiting for the Towson routes to declare, and we came with pressure on that play, and we actually we got home with the blitz, but we got cut down on the edge, and that allowed him to get out of the pocket. And when that happens, when the quarterback gets out of the pocket in that situation, you got to remain disciplined down the field, and you've got to react to the ball, because now he had 5-6 seconds to throw the ball, and when he threw the football, we had 4 guys that were in position to make a play, and their guy just went up and took the ball away. Our guys ended up kind of collisioning each other and another one of their receivers, and so on top of the fact he caught the ball, we ended up with 3 guys on the ground out of it, and then the kid just made a phenomenal play, broke a tackle and scored. But I felt like we were in a good call. I felt like the kids were in good position. We just had 2 things go bad on that play. We lost contain, he got out of the pocket, and then we didn't make a play on the ball.
This was such a crazy game. I mean, Towson was running rampant there and scored 2 touchdowns of over 40 yards in the first half runs. How concerned were you? And once they did that, how much did they play action work?
Yeah, I was very concerned about those 2 long runs. Well, number one, they'd been doing it to everybody this year. West was coming off a game when he was the rookie of the week based on his performance against Richmond. So I was concerned about the runs, and we were in good position on both plays. We just didn't tackle them. Our guys did not tackle well today, particularly our linebackers and our secondary. But after that, Rich, once we got it to the point where it was, we got it under control in the second quarter, got the lead, got to 21-17. I felt like we had a pretty good handle on what they were doing. We just needed to tackle better, and obviously we didn't, particularly on that 4th and 29.
Can you talk about the sequence where you got an interception and then you, I think it was the next play, you hit the big pass down the side? It seemed like at the time a real big swing in the game.
Yeah, you're right. That was a huge momentum shift. I believe they were going into potentially score and take the lead, if I'm not mistaken. We were up 28-24, got the interception, and then the play that Taylor Heineke hit Mayers on, the design of the play was a quick 3-step slant route. And what happened is that Taylor didn't have a lane to Mayers, and he scrambled out of the pocket. And at that point, their coverage broke down. And Mayers did a really nice job of recognizing Heineke out of the pocket, and he turned the route up the sideline. So in essence, it appeared like it was an out and up, but that wasn't the design of the play. That was just two kids, Heineke and Mayers, out there making a play.
And can you talk about Gil? He ran the length of the field blocking, and then the ball comes free and he saves it going out of bounds. And I mean, just his hustle. And
Yeah, that was a huge play, because if they get the ball back there, they've got all the momentum. If they had recovered that, or if it had gone out of the end zone, it's touchback, and they would have got the football. And he from that play, and he was on the other sideline, he had to run probably about 120 yards to get to the ball, and that gave us so much energy and so much emotion, because our kids recognized what Prentice had done, and at that point up 35-24, I was feeling pretty good.
Is that what led you to do the onside kick right after it?
Yeah, I felt, I had been watching them the first couple times we kicked off and noticed there was a hole in the front wall, and I also felt like we had so much energy and so much momentum at that point. So it was really two parts. It was feeling like we would execute it and get the ball, but also feeling like that we could have put the dagger in their heart if we take that one down and go up 42-24, which I felt we were going to do. We recovered the ball. I thought we were going to go score, and we didn't. We didn't score on that drive.
How much momentum, how much gas did you guys lose when Vaughn did not catch the ball in the end zone?
I got it was 1,000 yards of offense. I can't remember where that was in the game.
Right
Were
after
we
the
up?
onside
Was it up?
kick, picks up 19 and then throws it into the end zone. Vaughn just
Yeah, that obviously at that point, that would have put us up, 45-24 or 42-24, I think at that point. Obviously, it would have been a huge play. Unfortunately, he got twisted around on that, and he was having trouble finding the ball. And what happened, the ball ended up getting into him before he could get his hands right. But no question, that would have been a huge score at that point.
Coach,
onside kick. What happened? It looked like one of your guys went up trying to catch a jump ball and just mistimed it.
Yeah, it was. Well, first of all, that was an NFL kick. That was a phenomenal kick. That ball was up in the air in great position, and when that happens, Rich, when the ball gets that high, legally now the kicking team doesn't have to afford the receiving team an opportunity to catch the ball, because once that ball travels 10 yards and it crosses the line, now you can go down and you can hit the other team. And that was the same situation, Rich, when we did the chip against UMass, and Nick Mayers hit their guy. And the point you're making, Mitch Castleberry went up. He was up in the air. He was up as high as he could get. As he had the ball in his hands, he got hit. So it wasn't as if he even had an opportunity to pull the ball into the tuck on that. He got hit so fast. And it was just an outstanding kick by them, and then tremendous execution to have the wherewithal, like we teach, to hit the guy if you can't catch it in the air.
Coach, you know the CAA, obviously, you've been through it. They drove the length of the field. It was fourth down. One of your guys made a huge open field tackle. The coming down, you get the ball back. Do you think there was any sense on your guys that, okay, we've got this now? It was late in the game and 11-point lead, and it seemed like, again, you talk about this being the CAA and how competitive you have to play the whole way. Did you get any sense that maybe your guys might have relaxed a little bit?
We threw the ball on first down. I mean, we were trying to go score. We were an aggressive mindset, and if I'm not mistaken, on that first pass we came out and threw was a slant route, and Heineke had Gill, and it looked like Prentice should have caught the ball. And I think we ended up dropping the ball on first down, and then they stopped us on that drive. We come out of it, and Plisco hits a 60, 70-yard punt. So we were maintaining an aggressive mindset, and that's we're still developing as a program. And the one thing I always want the kids to think about, how I'm going to call the game as a head coach and how I want our guys to coach and play, is we're going to be aggressive in every situation. Now, that may cost us at times. There may be a time where it doesn't work, but I always want the mentality to be, as we continue to develop this program, that we're going to play aggressive and be aggressive. And so to answer your question, at that point, it was still an attack mentality as a football team, and we need to go score some more points.
Just a couple more.
Heine, go ahead.
Can you talk about the two-point conversion and the tight end? How did he get open? What was your play call? Did they know he was eligible?
Yeah, oh yeah, we were in a zero blitz. We were playing man coverage and we were blitzing, and they ran a toss pass to a running back, which is challenging enough. And from my perspective, I kind of lost coverage. It looked like we were still in good shape, and the kid just made a heck of a play in the corner of the end zone.
How difficult will this one be for you guys to take up 11 with 3.5 to go?
The way I always try to present it to the players, Rich, is regardless of what the score is in the last 5 minutes of the game, whatever the final score is, that's what it is. And you've got to come back and you got to go to work the next day, and you got to play. And the key point I made to them in the locker room after the game, Rich, is I said there's nothing we can do right now about the scoreboard of this game. We lost this football game 39-35, but the most important thing we can't let it affect is, coming back to work tomorrow on Sunday and watching the video, and then putting this Towson game behind us, and then preparing to go on the road and play at Villanova. So it's always a challenge with young people when it comes to emotion, because sports in general it's a very emotional thing, and obviously this was a very emotional game. But my job as the head coach and the job of the assistants and the leaders of this team is we're going to put this one behind us, and we're going to have to improve.
Safety Carmen Powell and linebacker Craig Wilkins. We'll open it up to questions to the student athletes.
Taylor, how much did you feel it was a necessity, as good as Towson's been playing all season long, to stick a dagger in them after the onside kick? And were those lost points really what put you guys in?
Watching film on them, we felt like they were probably the best defense we've ever going to face. And after that onside kick, we felt if we took a shot downfield, got a touchdown, that momentum could have been stopped. But I don't feel those are lost points. We lost as a team, so we'll come back tomorrow, get ready for Villanova.
With the sun going down, that's an interesting place to throw the ball on this field. Did you feel like what happened with the ball to Antonio?
Well, I saw he was on an experienced safety. He hasn't been playing all year because their safety was hurt. So he was a freshman, and I felt like it was a good shot downfield from Vaughn and a freshman. So I just took it, and I didn't see what happened. I got hit on that play, but we bounced back.
Angus, they popped 2 long runs in the first half, and it looks like the field's tilting their way a little bit. They're running downhill, and then you popped one. How much do you think that gave you guys some juice as far as, we can run too?
We had stressed it a lot this week. The coaches want me to put on us collectively. We got to win the battle up front. Got to run the ball high and tight, physical. So I just knew after breaking that run that the team, the O-line, the defense, everyone was going to be juiced up and just ready to go. We needed that. And the line blocked it perfectly. It was actually great blocking by the line because I started out actually tiptoeing, trying to read it, and then spit out.
What happened on the last one?
The last play, I really don't know what to say. When the quarterback broke a chain, I came to pull up the quarterback. He let the ball go, and the rest is happening.
Carvin, you were there. There was a big collision between a lot of guys. What happened on the other end? Were you trying to make a play on the ball, or what was going on right there?
Yes. I should have just simply batted the ball down, but I went for the interception, and he out-leveraged me because I had 3 wide receivers coming at me, and the quarterback threw a top 10 ESPN play, and when the wideouts just happened to catch it, and I should have just went for the bat down instead of the interception.
And was there a collision?
Yes, he was.
Who hit who?
He was hit, and then he broke out, and then Paul had him. He was at least could have been tackled down at the 10, but I guess Paul was going for the turnover, and he just drug him into the end zone and scored.
If any of you guys, I mean, this is a tough line, 11-point lead late in the game. Can you just talk about the feeling of walking off that field, knowing that, you know, this was a game that it appeared you had under control and just taking this loss?
I can only say shock, you know. We thought we had it in the bag. 3 minutes left. We knew we still had to play, but, you know, anything could happen, and the worst thing happened for us.
Is there a sense, you keep hearing about the CAA and got to play 60 minutes, tough league, anyone can, I mean, is there a sense that, you know, kind of welcome to the CAA, this is a tough pill to take, but this is what this league is about?
I mean, that, yes and no. I mean, we, as a team, that was just us collectively as a team. I don't think, I mean, I think if we just would have done what we needed to do as a team, offense, defense, special teams, we would have been okay. So we just, we'll be okay. We'll be fine.
Craig, you were, I mean, Ronnie nearly takes his head off on second down. He misses third down. Well, you got to be thinking, there's no way Enders has even got the cobwebs out yet. I mean, were you thinking that when you saw him come back on the field?
Which quarterback was in number 7?
7 came in for one play, and then Enders 14 comes right back in after missing the play after Ronnie had sacked him. Was there any thought like, God, is he really coming back on the field right now?
No, not really. I mean, football's a game of toughness. He's a quarterback. He's used to taking hits, so he should be a pretty tough guy. I wasn't surprised when he came back in.
Craig, you had 13 tackles today. What were you seeing out there that other people weren't seeing on defense?
We all saw the same thing. I mean, it was in preparation. We knew they was going to run the ball at us. They ran until they decided that I played on. So I just did my job, and I just made tackles, I guess. But I wasn't the only one seeing it. We all saw it. I mean, things just happened. People weren't in the right position. Plays got out.
Is there any disappointing loss? You talk about, you know, do the things we need to do, but is there also a sense that, I mean, you talk about a ESPN top 10 throw, coach talked about an NFL style, you know, caliber onside kick that they hit, the 2-point conversion, great catch in the back of the end zone. Is there a sense that, I mean, they just made some incredible plays to?
I mean, they did everything they could to get back in the game, and they succeeded very well at it. And you know, we really couldn't do anything about it.
He executed as well, but ended up on a short stick this time. I feel we did just as well. I mean, I feel like we did well too as a team. We made plays as well. You know, Nick had a big run. Taylor's going good. I mean, everyone just did well. It's just.
I'll say they executed when it mattered most in the clutch.
Right.
That was the difference. They executed towards the end of the game, and we did.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.